Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, let's take a look at this 2014 Volvo XC60 D4R design. And this is going to be a full, in-depth tour of the XC60. We'll start it up, show the engine, as well as show you the features on the interior, as well as exterior. And before I begin, I'd like to give a big thanks to the Deeside Motor Centre, located in Connors Quay, North Wales, for allowing me to come out and film this car. For more information regarding current inventory and contact info, please check out the link in the description below. And so, without further ado, let's get it started up and let it run. It's a red exterior with black leather and Alcantara interior. Has just over 50,000 miles on the clock. Fires right up. Leather wrapped steering wheel with side grip extensions, perforation inserts and silver accenting. Has an 8-speed automatic transmission with sport mode and manual shift. And we'll go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, fog lamps and the hazards. All 4 windows are automatic, and we'll go and check out the exterior, shall we? "18-inch wheels,
You also have rear parking sensors. Has a 2-litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine, puts out 178 brake horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 8.2 seconds, and has a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Power windows, power mirrors, power locks, manual seats with side airbags, perforated leather, boot and fuel cap release, and we'll go ahead and here she sounds. Does have a limiter at 3000 RPM. Not bad at all. Dual zone automatic climate control. Fan speed. Individual temperatures for both sides. Different zones. Max front defrost, rear defrost, AC on and off, one-touch automatic, recycling, and your heated seats. Different preset stations.
directly in front of us, you'll see the winter guard.
Decent sounding audio system.
Any changes in the immediate weeks, are we?
No, Parliament rises for the summer recess in a couple of weeks, and I don't think we're
FM/AM,
going to get a
DAB digital radio,
but expect probably fireworks for November the 5th.
sound settings.
Prediction. I mean, as Chancellor, Rishi Sunak had promised to cut the basic rate of income tax from 20 to 19% in the year 2024. Is that something that people might consider bringing?
Traffic announcements.
I think there's quite a high chance of that, and certainly some of the candidates have already mentioned that. It would definitely be possible,
And so on.
but I'm not sure how much difference it would make to most people. I think Tom might have some figures on that.
Tom?
Yes.
Media. Phone.
2024 would save them about £143. If you're looking at someone who's earning £50,000, then it would save them £377. So a useful saving for people, clearly, but when you compare that to the impact of
And car settings.
the tax bans over the next 5 years, it really draws into
Various trip information.
Insignificant. So the impact of that policy on someone earning £25,000 means they'll pay well over £1,000 more in income tax.
Eco tips.
5 years. If you look at someone who's earning £50,000, they'll pay well over £5,000 more over that period. So the government has, so far at least, given with income tax cuts, and it's taken away with those frozen allowances.
Heather, Rishi Sunak cut fuel duty by 5 pence in his spring statement back in March.
It's pretty much your standard
Really
Volvo
hard to
infotainment
stop,
system.
It was just wiped out by rising fuel costs.
So it's pretty simple to use.
Cuts to fuel duty might be quite high on the list of future priorities.
I think possibly, and similarly cuts to VAT. In theory, it puts money into people's pockets immediately. But there are a number of problems. One is that there's no guarantee that the suppliers will pass on the cuts to customers, as I think we saw with some of the fuel duty.
CD
And
player.
the problem is it's really expensive for the government. A cut in of 1 penny in VAT costs round about 5 billion. But the biggest problem is probably
Down here you have your eco mode,
now. Paul
parking
Johnson
sensors,
of the Institute for
and
Fiscal
auto stop
Policy
start.
said if you like putting fuel on a fire, it could really make inflation go even higher than it is now.
Oh, we'll talk about inflation in a moment because that is an issue, isn't it? But Tom, energy prices, they followed fuel prices up and up. Yesterday there was a new
Power outlet.
prediction that typical energy bills could hit more than £3,300 a year this winter. That also means, doesn't it, that the tax take for the government has gone up as well.
USB and auxiliary inputs.
Would consider cutting VAT on energy bills, and would it actually make a difference?
I suspect it will be within the new Chancellor's purview. I think the optics of putting VAT on energy bills will be quite positive for any new Chancellor, any new Prime Minister coming in. But the government has previously argued that cutting VAT on energy bills is poorly targeted. The preference has been for grants and targeted support for those households.
Audio controls, hands-free phone controls,
And I suspect
and cruise control.
more likely avenue. As I say, I think politically it could look quite positive for there to be a departure from the previous administration, which looked to stay away from cuts in VAT on energy bills.
And Tom, what about what Heather just mentioned? Do tax cuts risk boosting inflation and making the cost of living crisis worse?
Yes, that's a really reasonable concern. I think it's something that's going to play out in this leadership contest. However long it lasts and however public it is, there's a real balancing act between helping businesses and helping individuals and not stimulating demand further and stoking inflation even more. And of course the danger there is if you add to the inflationary pressures, then the Bank of England might need to increase interest rates further and faster, and that's going to put even more pressure on households and businesses as well.
Pretty amazing vehicle.
We're talking about tax cuts, but the Office for Budget Responsibility says we may need to raise taxes to control.
Let's go ahead and shut her down.
I really wouldn't want the Chancellor's job this year at least.
Let's go and check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Well viewers, thanks so much for watching this in-depth tour of this 2014 Volvo XC60, and a big thanks to the Deeside Motor Centre for allowing me to come and film it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and peace out.